All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're looking at an absolute biological wonder, the giant sequoia. But we aren't just going to list off some random tree facts today. We're actually decoding what we call the Sequoia Code. We're extracting 5 really powerful, actionable life lessons from one of the most resilient organisms on the planet.
3,000 years. That is the staggering lifespan of these incredible trees. They can literally live for 3 millennia. And that sheer longevity is exactly why we should be paying super close attention to their ancient survival code. I mean, if you want to know how to weather the storms of life, you ask the organism that has survived thousands of them, right?
So let's start right at the very beginning of a sequoia's life.
Lesson 1. Born in the fire.
Okay, here's a pretty intense botanical fact for you. You'd probably think fire is the absolute worst enemy of a forest, right? Well, for the giant sequoia, it's actually a strict requirement. See, their cones are totally sealed shut with this super tough resin, and that resin only melts at extremely high heat. So, literally, without the intense, destructive heat of a wildfire, these seeds never even fall to the forest floor. They just stay locked away up there in the canopy. Crazy, right?
And that brings us to this idea. Destruction is sometimes the only thing that unlocks your potential. Burn breaks the cage. You know, sometimes those fiery, destructive phases we go through, the challenges that feel like they're just burning everything to the ground around us, they're actually the exact catalyst we need. They release our potential and kickstart a period of massive growth.
So once that seed is planted, how do these massive trees actually stay grounded? Lesson 2, shallow roots, wide connections.
Now, what's really interesting about this is, well, you'd completely expect a tree this massive to have this giant root digging hundreds of feet straight down into the earth, but they don't. Their roots only go down about 6 feet deep. Just 6 feet. Instead of going deep, they go incredibly wide, stretching out up to 100 feet, interlocking and just weaving together with the root systems of all the neighboring trees.
As the saying goes, you don't need deep roots to stand tall, you need wide connections. Hold hands with those beside you, because when the winds start howling, a sequoia doesn't just stand there alone, relying on its own solitary foundation, it relies on its community. Staying connected to the people around you is going to give you way better stability than just standing in deep, solitary isolation.
Moving on to their incredible physical defenses. Lesson 3. Thick armor, soft core. So how do they actually survive the very fires that birthed them in the first place? Well, the giant sequoia wraps itself in up to 2 feet of this spongy, fire-resistant bark. 2 whole feet. This immense armor literally absorbs the flames. The outside of the tree will char and burn, basically taking the hit and sacrificing itself just to make sure that the living heart on the inside remains completely safe and totally untouched.
And this brilliantly illustrates the idea to build a thick skin for survival, but keep the center soft and alive. Protect what matters. For us, it means we absolutely have to build that external toughness to handle the fires the world throws at us. But resilience, it's not about becoming completely hardened, It's about protecting your empathy, protecting your core, and staying soft on the inside.
Now, think about the sheer, mind-boggling physical presence of these things. Lesson 4. The gravity of impact.
Sequoias aren't just trying to be the tallest trees out there. By volume, they are literally the heaviest, largest living things on planet Earth. They're carrying an unimaginable amount of weight and substance, and yet they manage to stay perfectly upright and totally balanced through massive storms.
Because impact is not about reaching the highest point. It's about carrying the most substance with integrity. I absolutely love that. True purpose isn't just this race to the very top to see who can climb the highest. Real impact comes from what you carry, the actual substance you hold, and maintaining your integrity while bearing all of that massive weight. Which brings us to our final takeaway, examining the tree's ultimate legacy. Lesson 5. A grove through time.
Living for over 3,000 years means these giants literally watch human empires and entire civilizations rise and fall. They survive the ages. But here is the crucial point. Throughout all that time, they never ever grow alone. They are always found firmly clustered together in these tight groves.
Because longevity is not measured in solitude. You survive the ages by staying planted among your people. True resilience, the kind that actually lasts generations, it's never achieved in isolation. It's always found in the shared strength of a community.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought as we wrap up this explainer.
Think about those interlocking root systems, that shared strength, and the beautiful resilience of these ancient giants. Take a real look at your own life, your own connections, and ask yourself, who makes up the grove you're planted in?